Hello everyone, my name is Edna Njeri. I create lifestyle, wellness, productivity, and self-improvement content. So if any of that interests you, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Welcome to a new video. This video is going to be a follow-up to one of the first videos I ever did called How I Stay Organized and Productive. It's been a while since I did a productivity video, so I figured I would share with you guys some of my favorite productivity hacks, and we're going to split it into before, during, and after doing the work. So let us get right into it. Okay, starting with what I do before I get to work. The first and most important thing is the power of lists. Writing things down is the sure way to not forget them. When tasks come up, write them down as soon as possible. There's several ways you can do this. You can use your notebook, you can use your diary, you can use apps, you can use your notes app on your phone actually. When it comes to apps, I would recommend Notion and of course To-Do, which is my favorite. I talk about it all the time. The hack when it comes to lists and making sure you're getting the most out of them is writing everything down. High priority, low priority, it doesn't matter, put it down. And what I like to do is I have some sort of master list of just everything I could do if I could do everything that I needed to do in my life. So that'll be personal, professional, content, family, friends, anything I need to do. There's a master list of all the things that I need to do. And that's actually why I like to do, because you have your daily lists and then it has a someday list section which you can split into friends, family, all the different things that you're working on. So at the before stage, when it comes to lists, the priority is to just have a master list. Anything you need to do, write it down. Once you have this whole master list of things, you need to have priorities. You can't do everything in one day. So you need to prioritize what needs to come now, what is a bit more long term, what you need to delegate. So with you having this whole master list of tasks, you then need to prioritize what needs to happen and split that across your week or your month, depending on how far ahead you like to plan your work schedule. For example, when it comes to me, I plan out my tasks weekly. So whether that's work tasks or just personal timelines that I have for myself, I like to do that every single week. Prioritizing things makes it so that when you're actually doing the work, you're getting multiple things done from the different buckets of your life in an orderly manner. Let me give you guys an example. I work and I create content. I don't want it to be that I'm paying too much attention to work and then my content is suffering, or I'm creating content and having a blast and not getting work done. Neither of those is sustainable. So what I like to do is I'll have the priorities of my work things and I'll have the priorities of my content things. And that allows me to see that, okay, I can check off a few things for work and I can check off a few things for content every single day. Or check off a bulk of things for work today and then a bulk of things for content tomorrow. Now that we've discussed all the things that you can do before doing work that can help you be productive, let's talk about what you can do while actually doing the work. Writing this whole master list, it feels good, it feels relieving and overwhelming at the same time. Relieving because things are not just stuck in your head, but overwhelming because there's this long list of things that you have to do. So for me, at the start of my week, I'll break down the list across Monday to Friday. What am I doing and in which order am I doing it? And how you do this is you start with the major goal for the day. What do you have to get done, or what is the most important thing for you to get done in that particular day? And then you can go ahead and add the things that would be nice if you did, but you don't have to do them. I would say don't have more than 2 major goals for the day. That's a good way to start, and then you can build from there. The second thing you can do when it comes to during the work is time blocking. Time blocking will change everything, trust me. Time blocking simply means that you are dedicating a specific amount of time to a specific task, and that time is blocked off for you to focus on that time. And what works is that time blocking your days and your hours, as we will get into, allows you to focus on one task, because in the back of your mind you know that you have allocated time for the other task, so you don't need to worry about the other task. You only need to focus on what you're doing now and get it done within the time you had allocated it for, so that when you move on to the other task, you're able to do the same thing and get everything done. Time blocking can work in different ways. So for example, let's start with the larger scope, which is days. You can time block your days if you have multiple things, multiple businesses that you do, for example. This may not work if you don't have full control, if you have to be at the office, if you have to be in class at a certain time. Time blocking days may not work. But thankfully, because of work from home, I've been able to time block some days. So I can have Monday as a full work day where I'm just focused on work, strictly doing all the work tasks, whether the timelines are close or far. And then what that means is that now on Tuesday, I can go ahead and have a full day of content where I'm just shooting all day, getting ready, doing the the reels, the pictures, the videos, whatever needs to be done. So that's how you time block days. The other way that you can time block is time blocking your hours. There's several ways that you can do this. Self-awareness comes in handy here because while you're time blocking your hours, you need to know what parts of the day you work better at certain tasks. For example, are you better at doing your creative works later in the afternoon? So then you can time block your afternoons to specifically focus on that. Generally, if you're going off research, it's best to time block your days according to when you have your peak, trough, and recovery moments. During your peak, you're best suited to do analytical tasks, and then during your trough, you're best suited to do insight tasks because they tend to be more routine. This is based on research by an author called Dan Pink. I talked about that in detail in this video, and I will also leave a link below on where you can check him out on some podcasts. The research is really insightful and it would really help you know how to time block your days. So once you have an understanding on that, how do you actually time block your days? The easiest, I would say, Google Calendar. Go on Google Calendar, assign work tasks with a different color from your personal tasks, and break down your day according to that. I would recommend doing this on a desktop because you can actually see how your day is going to be structured. And the thing with the color coding is that it helps you so that you can break down your day so that you're getting a bit of everything done. Other than Google Calendar, there's an app I love for time blocking that's called Structured. Structured is an app which allows you to simply structure your day, and it's all on your phone. So you put in the time you wake up and the time you go to sleep, and in between you're able to add tasks and allocate a specific amount of time to them. So if your work day starts at 8 and ends at 5, you're able to realistically see how much you're going to be able to do in that day, and you're able to focus on one task, knowing what's coming after and knowing that you have a foolproof plan to make sure that you're being productive throughout the day. At the start, it may not be as easy to be like, okay, I'm going to do this for 1 hour, and then you end up doing it for 2 hours. Then the next time you're time blocking your day or structuring your day, you can allocate more time. So if, for example, you offer certain services, you're able to adjust your costing based on how much time it actually takes. Finally, if you're trying to time block on the spot, use the timer on your phone. I would recommend that you try the 52-minute method, again based on research, which I will leave information on below. All you need to do is set a timer on your phone for 52 minutes. Could be less, could be more, you know how you work best. And for those 52 minutes, you focus on the task at hand and you do not do anything else. You put your phone away, you focus. And I personally like to do this when I feel like I'm overwhelmed with a task. So how I do it basically is I'll use Structured, the app that I just talked about, if I'm feeling overwhelmed about my day in general. But if I'm feeling overwhelmed about a specific task, then I'll use this 52-minute method, because I find that when I'm just focused on the task for the 52 minutes, I actually end up being surprised at how much I've been able to accomplish in that amount of time, rather than feeling like, oh my God, it's now 30 p.m. and the world is over. Like, it's not that serious, and I'm able to just do the work for 52 minutes and then take a break. And it's like I'm slowly working through the task, and it just feels less pressurized. My other productivity tip is brain dumps while working. Getting things out of your head means that you're able to concentrate on what you're doing. And I don't know if this is just me, but when I'm working, I'll find that a lot of different things are popping into my head. And I showed you guys this on my routines video, because I'll be there working and then I'll be like, oh, but I need to shave my face, or like the most random thing, I need to buy this, I need to do that. And that's where brain dumps come in handy. While you're working, whatever comes into your head, you want to get it out and you want to write it down somewhere. I have a specific book where I literally just do my brain dumps while I'm working. The idea is to get it out of your head with as minimal interruption as possible to your workflow. You're working on something and you're thinking, I need to call this person. You write down that you need to call them so that it's out of your head and you can keep working, but also so that it's not 24 hours later that you're like, oh man, I meant to call this person yesterday. It's like a fail-proof method, guys. Do not underestimate the power of lists. And then finally, we're going to talk about productivity hacks for after the work is done. The first and most important productivity hack is rest. Rest is an essential part of productivity. It increases your productivity and it increases your creativity. We're not born to work, and taking time for yourself is so important. Rest encompasses so many different things. Rest could mean spending a few more hours in bed in the morning. Rest could mean binging a show, spending time with friends, taking time to just go on a walk. Rest is the most important thing you can do for your productivity. And then the other thing you can do after the work that will increase your productivity is reviewing how you have worked. Evaluating what has and hasn't worked for you is an essential part of developing your own work schedule and your own productive routine. That's the only way that you can make sure that you are adapting what has been working for you and then making the necessary improvements elsewhere. The 2-minute method has been working for me, but I think I want to stretch it to an hour and then take a longer break after. Last week, I also time blocked my week differently and that didn't work, so maybe this week I'll change how I time blocked. Things like that. Just looking back at what you've done, what you haven't done, why it didn't work. That's how you'll develop your own personalized routine. Reviewing is essential. It's the only way you can improve. So make sure you're looking back at how things worked so that you can see how to make them work better for you moving forward. And that is it for this video, guys. These are simple productivity hacks that you can implement now that I guarantee you will improve your workflow and your productivity. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Just say, hey, I want to get paid. Every day, payday.